Hello, in the previous video we implemented this page with this form in here. In this video we are going to implement the calculate button. The calculate button is there graphically, but it doesn't do anything. So let's go to our code and connect the button to something. The way we do that is through the HTML code. So go to templates. And we're talking about the build form page.html. That is a page that has the form, which is here on the site. So when the form is submitted, which is what a button does, when the form is submitted, we want to perform the action of going to the results page. So if I just leave it like that now and I press on calculate, what's going to happen is that the browser will say there's no such page. Which page? This page. So the domain up to here /results, and also some parameters here, which are the parameters sent by the form, so the amount, the period, and so on. But we're interested about this part here. So that results is because we have just added an action here. However, we got a page not found because we have not implemented the results page yet. Here in the rules, there's no /results page. So if we go to the results page and implement get method, and let's say for now here we will see the results, and then once we do that we need to add a URL rule /results. So when the user visits that web page, which happens when the user clicks the button, in that case a view function equal to results page dot as view, let's give it a name, results page. So this class will be initialized. So let's go again to localhost 5000, go to the build page, press on calculate, and that takes us to the results page. So we were able to implement that by just adding here the action equal to this URL relative path, and then we implemented the get method in the results page class, and then we added a rule to the app to instruct Python to initialize the results page class when the user visits this URL. Now I know that you would ask, okay, how do we access the data that the user enters in the text boxes from our Python code? Because currently this just shows a string, but let's try to capture the data. So let's go back to our code. Instead of returning that string, what we need to do is we need to initialize the form here, build form, and this time this needs a request dot form, because this time we are not simply initializing the form as a graphical element. The purpose this time is to extract the data that the user enters, and this request we need to import it from Flask. So from Flask import request, and then we can try maybe to extract let's say amount out of build form dot amount dot data, and maybe try to return the amount. So let's see if we are able to do this. Again, what I just did is I initialized the form and then I created a variable. This variable is equal to the widget of the form, so the amount widget, this in here. Data is a property of widget which returns the value that the user entered here, and then we return the value of the user. So let's try. Go to localhost 5000, go to build page, let's enter 100 here, calculate, and as I expected we get an empty page because there's an issue here, and the issue is that this time we made a post request, not a get request. You know, when we go to localhost, you are making a get request, you're just reading this data from the server. And then, when you go to the build form page, again, you made a get request to the build form page. So again, a get request to the home page, you got the data, visit the build form page, again it was a get request, but now when we visit the results page, which is through the pushing of the calculate button, that is a post request. That doesn't work because this method is a get method, so it works only for get requests. To fix that issue, we need to convert this method to a post method. So all you have to do is just rename it to post. We need to do something else, but we can give it a try to see how things changed. So we get something different now. It's an error, which is better than getting nothing, than a blank page. So now we know what's going on. Method not allowed. The method is not allowed for the requested URL. And we can simply fix that by going to the build form page.html and to the form tag, and after action make some space and say method equal to quotes, and inside the quotes say post. Then let's try again, build amount 100, calculate, and now we get the amount that the user entered. So we are now able to capture the data that the user enters, and we did that by just changing the method to post here and giving this property, this attribute to the form element. Now that we are able to capture the user data, we can manipulate those data. We can now import the classes like build and flatmates and do the actual calculations that we need to do. And we're going to do those calculations in the next lecture inside the post method. See you there.